Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sports Coverage with me, Radhi and Rishi. And slight change of topic today. We're moving to a bit of football. We're going to be discussing Trent Alexander-Arnold and his rumored move to Real Madrid over the summer. One thing we know for sure is that Trent will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Of course, he's posted like this long video on Instagram. I'm sure most football fans have seen. It's pretty emotional and um, stuff like that. So yeah, um, the rumors are that yes, he will be moving to Real Madrid over the summer on a free, with his contract expiring in the summer at Liverpool. So yeah, that's that, and a lot of Liverpool fans are clearly not happy with it, with the fact that we don't exactly know what they're not happy with. Maybe the fact that he's just simply leaving, maybe the fact that he's leaving on a free. There could be a number of reasons, but some of the reactions have been quite extreme. I think we've seen on, I don't know if I should call them extreme, but there have been a lot of pundits who've gone against it, who've said that it's probably uh, not the best way to go, not the best way to sort of go about business. And there have also been fans who haven't taken well. He was booed when Arsenal went to Anfield on Sunday, and of course not by the entire ground, but by a certain section of fans. Um, in all of this, um, there are two sides, right? There is one with the player and his loyalties to the club, and the fans and their loyalties to the player himself, right? Like, where do we stand, bro? On this, like, Rishi, like, first of all, let's talk about Trent and Liverpool itself. Do you think loyalties between a club and a player is almost dead? That what is he searching for in Real Madrid that he's not getting at Liverpool?
Um, Again, I don't know if if you're going from a club that is having very limited success and then like you want to go to a Real Madrid or Barcelona, it makes a lot more sense because after all, Real Madrid is like Hollywood of football. Like who doesn't ultimately like other than the Barcelona fans, ultimately you like 90% of the remaining footballers will say they want to play for Real Madrid at the end of the day. That is your ultimate goal to play to wear their whites and play for Real Madrid. It is literally like going to Hollywood. But if you're still at a margin, somewhat successful club or like clubs who can compete at their level, like your Real Madrids, like your Bayerns. Again, Bayern is a different case, but if you can compete with them, then the fans, I can see why they'd be upset because now Liverpool just won the league. They played a very good PSG side who are in the finals of Champions League. So I would still say if they had played anybody else, they would have had a good shout in the Champions League to go further in the Champions League as well. So in such a situation, the fans can make a better case as to why does he want to leave. Like because I'm sure the club would have offered broken the bank for him because he is their even their vice captain now. So yeah, I mean I can see both sides, but in this case I can sympathize with the fans a little bit more because it's not like he's going from a mid-table side or somebody who's not winning anything wants to win. He's going from a fairly successful club to somebody who's going trophyless, although has a very big history, is going to be competing seriously in the future. But in the Spanish league also, you have to keep that in mind. So I can understand why the fans are a little bit upset this time.
Interesting. Adi, I mean, it's not something new. Like we've seen, especially with Liverpool in the past. Steven Gerrard, we weren't around to see that, but Steven Gerrard, of course, there was a majorly rumored move to Chelsea at some point in time, and fans didn't react too kindly when there were rumors. It seems to be the situation again with Trent. That time Gerrard ended up staying, but this time the move is going through, and it's obviously one of their own, and somebody who's come up the ranks with Liverpool, somebody who's a Liverpool boy himself. And given all of that, like, where do you stand, like, on the entire move? Like, for me, I'll tell you how I feel about it first. Go for it.
Yeah, bro. See, I think there needs to be context, right? Because when Gerrard wanted to leave, if you want to go back, it was because he realized Liverpool were not good enough for his ambitions. He wanted to leave to go win the Premier League. He wanted to go win trophies with a team that could actually compete. That time, Liverpool were a team that never won anything. Like They won the CL one in what 2005, if I'm not wrong. But apart from that, they were not challenging for the Premier League title, which was a trophy which obviously every English player would want to win at least once in a career. If you're calling yourself a one of the greatest midfielders or one of the best English players at that time, and your counterparts or your colleagues, like your other England colleagues, are winning it every year, you would want to win it, and that was the only reason Gerrard really would have wanted to leave at a point of time. But coming back to Trent, he came in what? He started playing for Liverpool at the age of 19. He won the UCL, won two Premier League titles. He's won the FA Cup. He's won the Community Shield. He's won the Carabao Cup. It's not like he's fulfilled everything he can do with his whatever boyhood club, his team of his life, whatever you want to call it. He's given the fans whatever they would have asked for or dreamt for, or more than what they would have dreamt for. And the point is, in this age where he's like, okay, I've done everything I wanted. It's time for me to grow personally in my own career. It's nothing personal towards Liverpool. He's not saying I don't like you guys, I hate you guys, and I want to move for something better. It is a literal fact of I've done enough, I've given enough to what I've had to give. Now it's just take a new step, new direction, go somewhere else and try out football somewhere else, which every human being in the world has the freedom to do. It's not just a footballer, even us guys, bro. Like if you're working in one company for 4 5 years and we want to shift, you wouldn't sit having everyone in the world, coming and booing at you, right? If you want to take a new step in direction of your life, you can do that. Same thing is what's happening right here. And the context is he's won all those trophies with them. He's going out when they're in a good position. He's not going out when they're in a very bad position. They're struggling to play football. They're struggling to win trophies. So it's actually two different things. When Gerard actually wanted to leave, it was a fact of, oh yeah, these guys are not good enough. I want to leave. A lot of players, even for Arsenal, when they all left, they left because, oh, we were not good enough. Let's leave. We don't care. We want to pursue our career. But I have sympathies for Trent only for the reason is he's leaving them when they're at their best stage. He's leaving when they still have guys like Van Dijk, Mo Salah, for who Liverpool think are the best players. The right back at the end of the day is always upgradable. It's one position in the world where you have abundance of talent, and you can always replace as a club. It's not the toughest thing to replace in terms of expense and also in terms of quality. Like you still have good quality right backs. You have different profiles. It's pretty easy to change certain systems for the manager also. And even to be fair, the manager, you saw the way he used Trent this year. It was not like he was a very pivotal player that he had to play every game 90 minutes. There were a lot of games where he didn't play and they were still fine. Uh, so yeah, I don't think it's just a matter of one decision. And I think the whole factor here is like loyalty comes only when players are asked for, but I don't think it's a two-way street. I don't think fans are loyal to players forever because, to be fair, when you look at it, when fans are only booing Trent today, is because, oh yeah, he's a good player and he's playing well. Like, say tomorrow, like, let's say a player like Darwin Núñez, who fans are frustrated with, right? If he comes out and says, I want to leave tomorrow, do you think that those same fans were going to boo him today? I don't think so.
No,
Like, I
but
really just
I think for Trent, it's more of like he's one of their people. That's also a factor.
Rahul, you want to say that again, but think about it. Is he the only Scouts player ever to play for Liverpool? Is he the only guy coming from the Liverpool Academy? There's been so
No,
many players who come out
I'm
from
just,
the
I'm
Liverpool
just saying,
Academy.
like, I think I'm just saying that maybe the difference between somebody like a Darwin Núñez and Trent. Like, I also think that I don't think a player should be sort of like bogged down and should be playing for the same team for the rest of his life. If he wants to try something else different with another team, there's nothing wrong in it. Like, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong at all. Like, I think if you are to move away and if he wants to try something different, fair enough. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, but I only think I think sport, unfortunately, you can't compare to other environments because there's a lot more emotion attached to sport versus like now an IT somebody who's worked in a company for 20 years. I think playing for a sports team for 20 years, there's a lot more value. Like there's a lot more emotion. There's a lot more. We talk about Virat Kohli playing for RCB for all since like season one. There's an emotion attached to it. We've talked about like I have a friend who's like a very big Roma fan, and every time he speaks about Totti, he like it's a different emotion that comes out. It's like yeah, it's one of your own. Somebody who's from the place, and that's how like right now the captain of Roma, Pellegrini, and like the way he talks about him is like because one of our own. Like he's literally one of us. It's a tough time, and like we need him to stand up more than anybody else. Like Roma fans will look to him more than anybody else. Like although they have like whatever like Dybala and like now Kone and all these guys, but the point I think again is just that there's a little more resonance when it's somebody who's coming from your community who understands the struggles of that place and all of that. But again, that being said, I don't think it's fair to say that you have to be there the entire way. But I think it does make a difference when a player is from your own land, and I understand if fans feel frustrated or feel bad by it. I completely understand that if I was a Liverpool fan or whatever, or if I was in their shoes, I would also be frustrated. I would also be irritated by the fact that he's moving away. But what is sad is to see that he's being treated a certain way. At the end of the day, he's given you, like Adi said, he's given you a Premier League, two Premier League trophies now, one Champions League trophy, and multiple other cups. So the player has done his bit, and he's trying to probably look for something else in his career. He's looking for a change, if I'm not wrong. So I think the way the fans have treated him is a little unfair, but I understand fans feeling bad. I don't think you can ever rule that part out of it. Yeah, Rishi, what's the feeling there?
See, again, like online, say hate speech and hurling abuses is one thing, but then how else the fans in the stadium? How else are they supposed to like show their discontent, show their displeasure? Like it's not like nobody's sitting with a megaphone over there and like conveying it or having a conversation with a player. Like ultimately, if it's frustration, if it's sadness, at the end of the day, they're going to boo itself. And I'm not saying that is right or wrong, but yeah, like for you guys, imagine now, like I think you can compare your team's position right now. Like Arsenal, I'd say when Saka broke into the first team, the way you guys are playing compared to now, it's like miles apart. You guys are competing for the title almost every season now consistently. Now, say tomorrow he comes out and he hands in a transfer request. Like that is like I'm sure you guys would be a lot more frustrated if like if that happens compared to like a couple of seasons before where you guys weren't really in and around that like the competing like scenario. So right now you guys would feel what's wrong with us? We just made it to the Champions League semi-final. We're second in the table. Okay, like the league season you can say was like wrapped up a little bit early, but at the end of the day you're still best of the rest. You are the closest to Liverpool, and going forward next season also, it's not like you guys are going to fall off. You're just going to keep making additions. So why do you want to leave this and go to some other place where like that's the thing, like while players say it is their dream to go play for Real Madrid, I always felt Real Madrid compared to the other big clubs don't have that emotional attachment. Like players go there for the fame, like, but at the same time I don't feel they receive the affection that they get from the other teams, like how say an Arsenal loves their player, or a Liverpool or a United or even Barcelona. Like Real Madrid are quick, like it's everything is quick for them. They don't wait around, they don't show that much of emotions. So even a player like Gareth Bale was a superstar when he went, had a couple of good seasons where they were like tolerant of him. The minute he showed a dip in form, they weren't they like it's not like they had any sort of loyalty. They were very cutthroat, the fans in the stadium and fans globally. So Trent, of course, initially he's going to have that excitement, like the fans. It's going to be a shiny new toy for the Real Madrid fans and the club. But the minute he dips in form, or the team is going to have some sort of dip in form, I don't think their fans or their club is going to show the level of patience that any other big team would show towards him. So that is one more thing, I would be not considerate of, but yeah, like that is also one thing I would keep in my mind. But then again, like I said, it is the ultimate Hollywood club, so I can understand the appeal of wanting to go there as well.
I mean, the only thing is like, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think you can blame the player for why he's moving. Like, it's subjective at the end of the day. Like, if he wants that glamour and if he wants that fame and if he wants to move to a club that is like that, it's his choice.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, of course, there's nothing we can, like, there's no way of justifying it. Like, if he feels like he wants to do something at a certain place, that's completely up to him. But yeah, like, you're saying like the fans booing is a way of, I think that's I understand that for fans, maybe there's not always like the best avenue of expressing their emotions and things like that. And a lot of times it is stadiums where you can do it. I still don't think booing is the best way. I think booing somewhere, like, I feel like somewhere disrespects like what the player has done for you over the years, and you're not backing him, especially when like he has not done anything wrong for you over the years, right?
Hmm.
Like, and I think it's just not the right way to leave something that is to be fair going to be a legacy for them, like a boy who came through their ranks and who played for so many years for Liverpool, and then yeah, came in as a very young guy and did so much for them. So I think for me, I think it'd be a little unfair to comment on it from an Arsenal perspective, just simply because I haven't grown up in this environment. I haven't grown up in North London, or like I don't understand the community, but I can speak for like BFC or RCB or like teams from Bangalore. And I know I would be pissed, like to see like Virat Kohli leave RCB, or for example, if Sunil Chetri left BFC
But
and
Virat is not an RSB born bred, and it's not a cricketing thing. And also, like, you even with Liverpool, if you're saying you don't need to be in a Merseyside or a Scouse to be like, oh, I don't know how it feels like. At the end of the day, only reason, let's be honest, people are annoyed is because he's a good player, and that's what I'm
yeah,
coming
yeah,
down to. If
yeah,
Tao
of
was
course.
an,
I think
I want to say if Tao was another Scouts guy, who there have been a lot of Scouts players coming from Liverpool who's represented Liverpool. If he was not good enough, and he was just going to another team or like another free transfer because he was not good enough, I don't think people would get angry or people would shout at him and ask for loyalty, would ask for anything from him, because it's just the fact that today he is, let's say, in a world like a top right back. Real Madrid came, asked, he wants to leave for free, whatever it is. It's because he's good enough. If he was not a good player, I don't think people would care about it. People would ask for loyalty. And that's my issue with football fans, and like football players. Because my problem is not about being loyal. It's about loyalty only comes with the expense of if you're good enough or not. Because today they'll ask you for your loyalty. Our same fans tomorrow will be like, yeah, you're not good enough. We want to sell you. We want to earn those profits. We want to go on to the new shiny toy. And that's the real reality of sports, and your so-called romance of loyalty is not true, because you look at most of it, any player who comes good, every fan's gonna back at it. The minute the player starts performing bad, the minute the player doesn't perform the way fans want him to perform, they're the first people to come out and say, kick him out of this thing. Like, there are thousands of examples which I can give you today also till now. Like, your best of the best players who have come played for. And I don't agree with this thing where like Real Madrid fans would like go against you the minute you start playing bad. I think it happens in every football club in the world, like literally every football. Even Liverpool would do it. Even Arsenal have done it. I've seen Manchester United do it. I've seen every football club do it. So I don't agree with the fact that Real Madrid are going to start booing at you the minute you start playing bad, or the minute you don't give what they
I don't
require. I think
think
it's
like
just
this,
something.
like the fans, at least in the stadium, I don't know globally, but in the stadium, they seem to have lesser patience levels as compared to the other fans.
Bro, what do you mean? I've seen fans from English teams also boo at the players. Last year, I remember Chelsea used to boo. Even this year, the way Chelsea play, like I've seen Chelsea fans boo at them. What do you? That's literally basic. Like playing football and the booing just for the sake of playing out from the back. That's literally minimal. That's worse than booing because you're playing bad football as a player. Even United fans, I've seen them boo like Pogba, the way they treated Pogba. I know how it happened. I've seen a lot of fans, like it still happens today. I don't think it's a matter of, let's say, oh yeah, I want loyalty from you because you're good. You're a great player. That's why we want your loyalty. The minute you become bad, the minute
Is
you
that not
become
how it works, bro?
undesirable, you start
Like
booing
if you
them.
like every fan would want players who are contributing to the team, no?
Yeah, but
Like
that's my
I
point. You're asking for loyalty, but why are you not loyal through the bad periods? That's my point. You're saying today we're saying, Ta, I want your loyalty because you're one of the best right backs in the world. If you were not one of the best right backs, I wouldn't be sitting here and saying, yeah, why are you not staying? That's my point. You're telling right now, we want performances from you, and that's why if you don't, we'll start, whatever, howling you, booing you out. We'll get angry if you, renew your contract because we want the new best player in the world, youngster in the world, the new shiny toy in the world. That's how it is. Are football fans really loyal? I 1000% doubt, bro. There are maybe certain loyalties, But those certain loyalties come only until they play good. Even the best players, once they start playing bad, I don't think they have the loyalty. Even if you want to talk about best players, look at Ronaldo. The day he stopped playing well for the club, I think again, whatever, it's United again, but like they were happy to kick him out. Like United fans, the United players, a lot of people were happy to, you know, take him out, even though he was one of the best players in the world. Like you look at Messi in PSG, he used to get booed. Like it's literally the best player in the world because he didn't meet their expectations, because they pictured something out of him, because they thought, oh, Messi's coming, we're going to win the UCL. The minute they stopped winning the UCL, they started booing him, they started saying get out. Same thing with Neymar. Once Neymar came in, they were like, wow, we want him. Right now, ask Barcelona fans if they would want Neymar back. Why? Because he's not good enough right now, and the loyalty is not there with fans anyways. So I really don't agree with the factor of saying, okay, like players need to be loyal. And it's not only with fans, even with the clubs. Like, bro, once the club thinks you're not good enough, they're going to sell you. Like, they're not going to sit and be like, okay, we'll be loyal to you, we'll pay you your big wages. You don't play well, it's fine, we'll push through it. No club does that, even with, again, the big legends, even with your normal players. So I really hate this loyalty thing in at least football, let me say, because it's not fair. Like business is business, bro. Like the football fans will kick you out when once you're not good enough. The football teams will kick you out once you're not good enough. But only when the player wants to leave a football club for to pursue his own challenges, is there are a lot of reasons. Certain players do it for family. Certain players do it because they're not able to live in a certain city, country, whatever it is. Certain players just do it like Taz is doing it to. I get why he's doing it. Like he wants to explore himself. He literally says it's not. There is no reason he wants to leave Liverpool apart from I want to see what's there on the other side of the country. Like let me go explore new culture, footballing culture, new footballing league. It's just that. And today people are angry because he's a good player. Let's say if he was one of the most ordinary right backs you would see and the most replaceable player you would see, I don't think people would be so angry where they're like, yeah, why is he leaving? And I feel like that's the reality of football.
Yeah, I mean, see, I think the thing is, especially, I think you have to be, if you're not good enough, the whole point is like only the good players will be shown in this light because otherwise you
Rahul, but
wouldn't
even
be.
the good, but like the good players, once they become bad, they're kicked out. Like that's my point.
No, but that is just,
Adi, is that not
but that is
true for
anywhere
every
in the
avenue?
world.
Not just football, but
No,
Football,
not
yeah,
and
just
my whole
sports,
football
but
point
is
like
is,
everywhere.
employment
my
also.
whole point
Like
is, why is the loyalty not questioned from fans and football club then? Because today you're saying, I want your loyalty because you're a good player. That's my point. If you want his loyalty as a fan, why are you not loyal when he's going through, like say 10 games, 20 games without scoring a goal or assist? Will you be loyal then saying, okay, let's keep him in the team? You would be like, okay, let's sell him and buy the new right winger right now who's better. Like, for example, let's buy the new right back who's better right now. Were Liverpool fans loyal to other players who left when they were not good enough? Like, they were okay with them leaving. Like, why didn't they not ask for loyalty from the other big
No,
signings?
that's what I'm saying. I personally don't think that the player owes like XYZ thing to the club or anything. If it's his decision at the end of the day, if he wants to explore something else, it's completely okay. But all I think is, I think fans are like, as much as it is hypocritical of fans to not be with players through their tough times and say, now let's sell him and all of that. I think it's also because they're not much of a stakeholder in the situation. Like they don't control much of the situation. And at the end of the day, I feel like that is why like it becomes that much more emotional. It's because me, in my power and capacity, like for my team, I can't really make a difference. Like I can't go and play and make a difference. So I'm vicariously living through the people who can, and the people who
You
can make the
can,
difference. No, no,
but
no. Hear me out.
especially the
Hear me out.
ones
Hear
who
me out.
come
Hear
from
me
the
out.
neighborhood.
Hear me out. Yeah, like especially like I'm vicariously living it through somebody else, and it will always be the good guys because they are the ones who can make a difference to my team and my community. And as sad as it is, that is just how it is because the guy who is not good enough to represent the club will not make a difference. And for me as a fan, what do I want? I want the best for my club. And as sad as it is the best players who will make a difference to my club. And
Also,
exactly.
just
so I understand
Adi,
that.
one more
Even
thing
my
that
point
like
is,
um, like Liverpool right now are in a position where they're competing for the league, right? I like how many right backs can they go and purchase in this market and say that okay, we are going to either maintain the level or get better. Like they just won the league. They if they want to go win another league or if they want to go for the Champions League, like Trent would have obviously played a big part. And the fact that he doesn't want to do that and potentially leave his team worse off, like you can say that okay, they'll at best match how, like the performance with him, and when they're so close to attaining, like like consistent level of success. I think that is one more thing fans would be like frustrated at, because if they were a mid-table team, if they are just somehow making it to the Europa leagues, or like struggling to make to the top half, then the fans would be a lot more understanding, as if like, okay, you want to go win the big trophies, you go do it, because you're going to waste your career here. But here a little bit of frustration comes from the fact that, dude, like our team, if you can make a couple of additions, we are going to be serial winners. We can go for the league like season after season. We can go and try and win the league, like go win the Champions League. Why do you want to go do it elsewhere? Like
He's already done
that.
it, Rishi. That's the point. It's not like he has to do something he's not done before. He's already fulfilled it. And secondly, I'll give you a simple example. You're talking about fans want top players. The point is, even those top players, when they're given everything for the club, won you your first UCL, won you 6 Premier Leagues. Like, for example, Kyle Walker. He's had a very bad dip in form in the past 1.5 years. I've seen the way they kicked him out within the past 6 months. And did you guys talk about loyalty then? Did we have a podcast saying why is Pep Guardiola, why is Man City, why is the Man City board not having loyalty for Kyle
No,
Walker?
I'm talking about like
One second, one second.
people of
Well,
that area.
1 second, 1 second. His own fans were abusing him, Rahul. Didn't you not see his stories, the way they
I'm
abused
not
him?
saying fans are the. I think fans are hypocritical. I'm saying it. I'm
Yeah,
not
it is
denying that.
all form of fans. You can't only say community,
But
bro. Like,
no. But
as
fans are the.
stakeholders,
But at the end of the day, fans have the least like effect on what eventually happens. Like I'm saying, in terms of like performance and like
but before
results for the club,
that is
right?
that is in the hands of the players. That is so normal. Like, you can't say fans have no say in
The
players
point is,
performing.
I
Obviously, they
think
don't have
the
say.
reason fans voice their opinions and say and how they feel and all of this, and they feel so strongly, is because there is limited power with them. Like there's not much they can do about the situation. So they're
Yes,
looking
but
for that support from the players, and that's why it becomes like that. It's
it's
not. I'm
not
not
support
saying
from
the
the
fans are
players.
perfect. I think fans are very hypocritical, like a lot of
Exactly.
times.
So that's my point. So we can't sit here and say that's the whole thing. There's guys like whatever Carragher or all your pundits, all the people in football, most of the every Liverpool fan coming out today and saying, how can Tar do this? He needs to be loyal to the club. This, that, Snake, burning his t-shirt, everything good. Tomorrow, they sell Darwin Nunez. The same fans will be out in the streets celebrating, saying good riddance, everything. And that's the sad fact of football. Now, you're coming and telling me the local fans, even the local fans will be like, yeah, good riddance. We can
Adi,
upgrade.
ultimately
We don't care.
they want what's best for their team. No, if like, see, if I feel like
That's
a
my
player is
point.
not, like, I know it's
No,
very hypocritical. Like
yeah, so
like if
you
I
can't
feel
say,
that okay, an ex player is like, player X is going to do well for my team, of course I'd want him to play. But if a player Y is out of favor, I would have no problem with him leaving, or I wouldn't bat my eye. That's
yeah, but you're talking.
unfortunately how football works, no? Or
That's not
sport
how
in general.
football works. But like, my whole point is, you can't cry a victim when you're part of the same this thing. Like, you can't say I'm going to sit and get angry at you when you're leaving at your own way. When we want to kick you out when you're not good at enough. Like, that's my point. Look at Kyle Walker. He was good enough. He won the club's first ever UCL, and he was a huge part. Like, the
Hmm.
way he played in UCL, he was a huge part for them because he used to hold the right hand side against a lot of speedy wingers. We've seen his performances. He won 6 Premier League titles, which no other right back could have done for City. Like, in that sense, he was a huge part for City. The minute his performance dipped, no, not even one fan thanked. That's my point. Today they're crying for Ta because he's playing good. Let's say in 6 years, the same Ta was not good enough, and he was leaving on free right now. Kyle Walker is going to leave on free like in next 6 months. No
Hmm.
City fans going to sit and cry about it. That's my point. The same time, 6 years, let's say, if he had a dip in form, became like, let's have a similar story to Kyle Walker, and he's leaving for free because they're not going to renew his contract. The same fans wouldn't be sitting and booing him. They would be like, yeah, we don't care. We're going to get a new right back. Let's say a new kid is the best right back in the world right now. They'll be like, we need to be targeting them. And that time will be have a conversation. Oh yeah, how can Ta leave to AC Milan? How can Ta leave to, let's say, Real Madrid that time? Like, nobody is going to sit and have a big issue with it. Like, everyone's going to be like, okay, fine, it's fine. We don't care. Like, It's the same scenario. So the whole point is this, there's no fans don't have loyalty towards the player. They only have loyalty towards the player when they're at their best, when they can contribute to the team. Now you're gonna say, bro, that's how the nature is. Yeah, sure, but you can't expect the same thing from the players. Is my point. Like today, we are here saying you have to play for us. It's egoistic to tell, okay, you need to play for us when you're good, but when you suck, we want you to leave. Like again, like bro, let's say Pogba also once he came in, weren't you all excited saying, yeah, we're getting the best player in the world? And he also left on free. Did you guys get angry saying, why are you leaving on free? You guys all celebrated it. Like, it's the same thing. Like, when you're getting a new player, it's always going to be all, good stuff. It's going to be the best. If he doesn't perform, if he leaves on free, like, you're not going to give a crap if it's not a good player. You're going to give a crap when he's in his best years. And that's what happens with Liverpool fans right now. And it happens with everyone, bro. And that's why I don't like it. Like, I would never. And let's say, bro, like, if you're going to sit here, say, no, like, with TAA, it's a different story. He's born and bred Liverpool, Scouse, Merseyside boy. You know, he played there forever. He knows the people. It's like family. It's like this thing. It's like that. But if you're calling him your son, your family, your boy, wouldn't you not understand his decision more than any other fans? Like if it was any other player, you might have been more pissed. But if you're saying it's your own player, don't you think, oh yeah, you might not understand it a bit more? Like, oh yeah, maybe there is another reason where he wants to search for something. He wants to like search his own thing in his career, search his own purpose of his footballing career. Like, wouldn't you be like, yeah, it's fine, like let him go? Like with Rashford right now, like he's not playing for United. Are you sitting and saying, oh, like at least you personally, I don't know about the other United fans. Like, no, some United fans are happy for him to because he's an academy boy. The same guys are not gonna, let's say, care about another player who was not come from the academy. Like, I don't think most of the I don't think you care about Martial's career right now, but you might care for Rashford's career because
Rashford's
he
career.
like
Yeah.
let's say better Sancho's and Rashford pretty much similar because you have that affinity with Rashford. Okay, yeah, he is belonging to us. No matter what, he left the club, but you still want good for him because at the end of the day,
Correct.
you have the love. So if you're saying you love Ta only because he's a boy, he's from your city, and he's given you trophies at his best, I don't think they're going to love him at his worst. Like, I don't think they're going to care about him, like, in the sense of they're not going to show like the loyalty saying, okay, we want you to stay if you're not good enough. And I think we all will do that as fans, like,
No,
unfortunately.
but like,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe we wouldn't.
I'll tell you one thing. Wait. Before I finish,
Yeah,
just one more. Like, bro, there's a huge difference between Ta leaving at the best versus Ta leaving at the worst. Like, I would have agreed or understood if Ta was like, bro, like, I'm too good for you guys. I'm not winning trophies with you. I'm going to Real Madrid to win trophies. Then that's a big difference. I'll tell you, put context like that. Like, if for example, like, let's say right now they were struggling. Let's say they were out of the top 10, like, for example, and Ta's like, nah, like screw this. Like my contract's running down. I'll go to Real Madrid. I think it's easier to win trophies. That's a different story. I actually agree there to be like, there you can show that thirdness and be like, we are at a difficult position. You would have wanted to stay for us, but it's not the same. And he's moving when they're at the top, and it's two different things for me.
though, like, yeah, I was saying, like, maybe we wouldn't necessarily want them at, like, our club if they're not performing. Like, we would want, ultimately, we are not player FC, we're pretty much the team. Like, if you're not able to contribute as much to the team, we would want that what's betterment for like what's better for the team. But if they are one of us, if you have seen them come through the ranks, like, I would want them to do well. Like when Elanga left, I felt the club, we sold him a little bit too soon. And like I wanted him to prove the club wrong, everyone wrong. Like wherever he went, I wanted him to do well. The
I
same
agree
thing
with that, Rishi,
with
but you
Rashford
wanted
also.
that. But you,
Like
that's you personally. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there are certain people who are still appreciating Tar right now, but the majority don't, bro. Like, for example, we know
but
that.
Abhi, see, like that's the difference. Like you would, okay, you would be a bit upset that they're leaving, but wouldn't you be like, okay, you know what? Ultimately, he is one of our youth players. Okay, but wherever he goes, you'd be a well-wisher. You wouldn't be like, okay, I hope his career goes to the gutter. I'd be like, you'd. Most of us would be like, yeah, you know what? Hopefully, he does well. He
Yeah,
proves the
but
club wrong or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's what I'm saying, right? Like right now, Liverpool fans won't be like, I hope he's doing the greatest at Liverpool. Like, I mean, Real Madrid. That's not what's gonna be happening in their mind, and it's only gonna
right.
be like a well-wisher because he was not of use. Like at the end of the day, for you, you're saying like maybe Alanga was not like for you at that time, okay, the guy who can take you to the next level, and you
Right.
guys sold him. Like it's not like you're gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, like why did he leave? We're gonna boo him because he's leaving. He's getting sold. Whatever it is, there are a lot of Halen boys also that's left Arsenal. Like at the end of the day, we're not like it's not going to hurt the same when a player who's played for you, done well for you, at the best for you, and then if he leaves, it's going to be a different feeling. I agree. But the same player, if he's not good enough and the club is selling him for profit, they're all going to celebrate and be like, yeah, let's go. Like we got nice money out of it. Like then no one's going to sit and be like, oh yeah, why is he leaving?
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
that's
Yeah,
so again.
I just think it's a tricky relationship. Of course, I think fans are a little more selfish. Obviously, I think they're just. To me, it just feels like they just have a little less than everybody else in the whole in the pie. So it's hard. It's hard. I don't think there's ever going to be a balance where it's going to be a fair equation between fans and players. But this is just where we are with Trent, and it. Yeah, for whatever it is, he's moving on, and I think if you're a Liverpool fan, I'm sure like yeah, I don't know about Liverpool fans. I don't want to say anything for them. I'm sure that's somewhere you want him to do well, and hopefully like he does well for himself as well. So yeah, we'll just end it with that, guys. Hope you liked it. Let us know your thoughts on how you feel about the Trent situation. How you think Liverpool fans should have acted or reacted to him leaving? How the player himself should have dealt with the situation? Do you think he could have stayed for longer, or if not, like let us know. And yeah, just like each other video, subscribe to Sports Covery, and we'll see you soon.